Okay. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you, so to speak. I'm Nancy Pratt, Professor Pratt, and I'm excited for our class together. We've been together a week already, and I know everybody's kind of just getting their feet wet and figuring things out, but this will be quite an interesting opportunity for us to take this class online. I've been teaching it face to face on campus in the main campus since about, I don't know, maybe 4 years. And I helped write the course as well when they were revising it about that time ago, about 4 years ago. And so I'm really familiar with the content and uh, really the scope and sequence basically. But this semester for this online course, they threw some things in that some extra assignments that actually I would normally do with my face-to-face kids. So it should be interesting and fun to try and do them online. So I wanted to just say welcome, and I'm really excited to be here. I wanted to just give you just some background on the requirements of the class and really kind of give you my tips for success. Um, so right now I have open the syllabus. You can see that right here. And as we go down the syllabus, I mean, the whole point, in the end of the day, after 15 weeks together, you're going to end up writing a classroom technology plan. That's the whole deliverable. That's the point. And so we're creating a classroom technology plan where you're considering yourself in the classroom. Maybe you're a high school science teacher, hopeful. Maybe you're wanting to be a kindergarten teacher. Whatever the case may be, I want you to kind of land on a spot in terms of what you want to be, so to speak, and where you want to teach, and then kind of work in that domain when you're doing your assignments and when you're thinking about educational technology. And so don't be afraid to say, as a first grade teacher, blah 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 blah. So put yourself somewhere, and then that will anchor a lot of what you're learning if you have it anchored into a specific place you want to you want to be. That's where you envision yourself. So in here, so we've got, gosh, all these weeks. I know you see all these weeks on your syllabus. And so the way this is basically configured is week 1 tells you about the assignments, but then week 2, there's nothing there. So really each assignment gives 2 weeks. Week 3, there's a whole bunch of assignments, but week 4, there's nothing. So, it's just that 2-week window. So the way I'd like to work, for instance, the DQs is, like for instance, we've got 2 discussion questions here, and we kind of already did it. I mean, most of you answered this first discussion question, and I got in there a little bit over the course of the last couple of days. I only answered a few, but I will probably be spending some time back in there. So I want you over the 2 weeks to be sure you go back to topic 1, discussion question 1, and see what has been said, especially by your colleagues, but by me as well. So this week we should be working on our question 2, a DQ2. So let's do that over the course of our time together. We'll do the question 1 the first week and the DQ2 the second week. Okay, now sometimes I change up those DQs a bit, and so just pay attention to what's in there. So that's how we're going to look at the syllabus, but by the end, each module brings us closer to the end of and to your completion of your classroom technology plan. So let me show you something here. This is kind of a mock-up of what you'll be creating. It's a classroom technology plan. And so the first module, the paper that we're doing for the first module, that doesn't go on this plan. but this is like a template, and the blue is really directions to you. So the first piece that we'll work on is in 2 weeks, we'll work on the mission and the vision, and that's here and here. And so there'll be an assignment about it, there'll be things you have to do about it and write it, but then when you write it, then it's going to go on here. The third one is the classroom technology, the classroom communications plan. So when we get to module 3, which is week 6-ish, then I'll do a video. We'll talk about what's you need to do, and then when you finish it and you get feedback, then we'll post it here, okay? And then on down the way. I'll be coming back to this, and I'll upload this as well to this first video so you can see. Okay, then a couple other things I wanted to just share. Let me just pause this here. A couple other things I wanted to share is I call them Pratt-isms. So in order to be successful, I guess I wanted to just share with you a couple things. Just first of all, please keep up. I mean, the most successful students that I have are the ones that are able to keep up and, stay with the assignments. I mean, you've got a nice long time. If you just keep up with the assignments, and there's not a ton of them, then you'll do well. I mean, everybody has an A. It's your A to keep, and so you'll do fine, but just keep up. Watch my video announcements, because sometimes I'll be posting some tutorials on there, sometimes I'll be posting some other stuff. I'll want an acknowledgement that you saw it, because sometimes if you come back to me a week and a half after this module starts and you're not sure what's going on, my first question is going to be, did you see my video announcements? So, and I'm going to direct you right back there. So be sure to watch them, and I'll try and be regular about them now. I'm using a new program this time, so I'll talk to you about that at another time. So get your assignments in on time. I think that was kind of like keep up. I want to talk to you about the writing assignments and maybe an alternative assignment or two that I might offer instead. So for the writing assignment, if you actually do a paper, here are the non-negotiables for me. 3 resources at the very least. Okay, so if it's a paper, you're researching, it's not asking you what you think about it in your own brain. It's asking you to do some research and use your brain to synthesize what you research and what you find out. I mean, this class isn't about what you already know, it's about teaching you stuff that you don't know, or exposing you. And so so you have to have outside resources, non-negotiable. I guess I sound a little strong on that, but every semester some people, more than you would think, they turn in papers without references. I mean, we have to have references. Also, they need to be less than 5 years old. So really nothing later than 2008. It's important. You have to have in-text citations, because somewhere in there you're talking about learning that you received from the resources that you read. So somewhere you have to give credit. You can't make a statement about how something's true and not say where you got that statement. Really important. It's very, very critical that you do that. And then, the APA style for undergraduates, I'm going to also attach, let me see where it is. Oh, here it is. This is the GCU 200 level course style guide. And so I'm going to attach this as well. So just read this, and it tells you, what the template is. It tells you what the formatting is, how to do citations, how to do references. So, and it shows you actually an actual reference list, what it should look like. So I'll be expecting to see that from you. And so I will post that as well for this during this time. So that's writing assignments. So if you're going to do a writing assignment, these are all the things that that are required. Now, if you're going to do alternative assignment. Sometimes, like down the road in Module 4, would be about week 8, I might say, instead of writing the paper, why don't you do this assignment instead? And I'll give you the whole parameters of, I'll give you a rubric, and you know, maybe you can do a Glogster instead of the assignment, or maybe you can do, I don't know, a Voki, or I don't know. I have some fun ones. The whole point is this really has got to be an experiential class, even though we're online. And I just got done with an 8-week online course, and I offered these same opportunities to them in just 8 weeks. And so some people took me up on it, and it was awesome. I would really, really encourage you to, at least once over the course of our time, instead of writing the paper, do the alternative assignment. So here's the parameters for that. You'd still follow the requirements. In other words, you'd need to be communicating kind of the same topic, for sure. You still have to cite your work, but this would be more in the form of a reference list. Unless there's a direct quote or something that you would want to put a citation in some of the writing, you know, if you had writing on there, like we can't use PowerPoint, but like a Prezi or a Glogster, you're going to have writing on there. So maybe you'll cite your work once in a while, but for sure you need to have a reference list. But be creative, but then remember grammar and spelling count. Sometimes for me, even creativity gets the best of me, and then my spelling is atrocious. As an English major, it's kind of sad. Let's see. Oh, be creative, but follow the assignment. So again, make sure that the assignment gives me the essence of the information that you're trying to convey. Do your best and show me how awesome and creative and resourceful you are. I really like to use some past assignments, alternative assignments, as exemplars. So if you think about when you're creating your assignment, is it good enough? Is it one that you would be proud of me using as an exemplar? I want you to be proud of your work. Don't just throw it together because you think it's easy, which is my number 7. It's not necessarily easier to do the alternative assignment, because sometimes if it's an application that you don't know, you have to watch some tutorials and you have to kind of figure out the application. But on the other hand, it would give you, if you did some of my alternative assignments, it would give you a very high quality understanding of using educational technology in the classroom and what it feels like to the student. So I'd love to see you do that. So, all right. I hope that was clear as mud, and I will post all these 2 pages and also that other page on our where the announcement is. You see the grading here, that's normal stuff. When you see all these electronic resources, the lecture, go ahead and watch those lectures. I think they give you a good sense of what the module is about. And that's my voice talking. I wrote them when we did the revise. And so I'm the voiceover of that. And so you're really getting my take on what the next 2 weeks are going to be about. So watch them. See what else. The textbook, someone's already asked me about the textbook. I would get the textbook just because I'm a textbook person, but I'm just going to say that. So I've seen this one. I have it here, and it does give some good information, and it does seem to be semi-current, which is always the risk that we take with a technology textbook. Digital natives and digital immigrants. This is really an important concept, and I hope you read this, and I'd love to hear it come through in some of our forum work. The ISTE nets. This is key. This is something that we'll be coming back to time and time again, which is why I changed the first assignment so that you're really just looking at the 2 nets, the National Educational Technology Standards for students and the National Educational Technology Standards for teachers. I want you to see what those standards say, because we're going to live and breathe them for the next 17 weeks. So anyhow, the TaskStream account, there's no points attached. You just have got to make sure your account's current. I can't grade your paper in the end of the course unless you actually upload it to TaskStream. I don't have a rubric. I can't score it unless I can score it in TaskStream. So it has to be there. So if you're stuck and it's, you're not able to do it, call your counselor and find out, what's going on, or try to get in touch with the TaskStream people. It looks like there's no points attached to the discussion questions, but really that becomes our 20 points for our participation. So that's where I do score that. And so you'd think 2%, no big deal, but let me tell you, this can make or break an A if you ignore the DQs. Sometimes even a B. Somehow it works out so that it becomes very important. Figure, 8 weeks, that's a lot of percent. It's a hefty number, so that's try and just, do your DQs and everything like you have been. Great job on the DQs, by the way. Very nice conversation in the forum, and I appreciate it. So I think that's it. Remember that the notifications, I did get 10 people out of all 14. It took a time to acknowledge, so thank you very much. I'm really glad about that. And so I'll figure out who didn't let me know, and then I'll contact them. But anytime you log into LoudCloud, first check the announcements to see if there's an announcement for me. And then there might be. So, all right. I guess that's it. If you need me, call me. I'll leave my phone number up there as well. I'm accessible to you. If I can't answer the phone, then I will definitely answer it. Call you back. So be sure to leave a message with a phone number. I think that's it. That's long enough. And I'll post another video message for Module 2. So coming up here by the weekend. Okay? All right. Thanks. Thanks for being my students. I'm really excited about this semester. This should be fun. If you run into any problems, do like you've been doing and contact me on the forums or call me. Okay. All right. I'm so excited. All right. Bye-bye.